Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord, but you can call me Lordy, and today we're back on Paragon once again. You should be seeing some several gameplay in the background, but that isn't the main topic of today. Instead, within this video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon at this very moment. And it's one juicy list. The heroes are amazing. Obviously, because of the meta, it does affect what the heroes are at this current moment, and it could change at any time or any moment when there's a new patch and a new meta coming into the game. So we never know when that's going to happen, but until then, these are the best heroes you can use in Paragon because they're just so overpowered. So pretty much we're going to explain what those 5 heroes are and obviously why they are so good in Paragon at this very moment. But before we get into this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button to keep up to date with all the greatest and latest Paragon gaming content and Paragon gaming news. And as always, expect it here first. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. I want to address a couple of little things here and there just before we get into the video. Like, there'll be a little segment that's going on at this current moment showcasing the new skins and new emotes that came from the version 34.2 update or patch. And some of you mates have been trying to gain my attention about this YouTube glitch occurring when it pretty much makes you unsubscribe from my channel for some bloody reason. No one knows about this, I had to research about it. Big YouTubers are having the exact same thing happen to them. They're losing subscribers, they're losing views, and obviously that affects them quite a bit. And obviously it's affecting me as well. Even though we're a smaller channel, it still affects us, and you mates have been addressing this and trying to gain my attention through comments, through Twitter, through anything, to just pretty much make sure that I say this in a video to gain your attention, to make sure that you are subscribed, because that's one thing we don't want to happen, people unsubscribing out of nowhere due to a YouTube glitch that they can't control. So to pretty much prevent that, all you want to do is obviously search my name on YouTube as much as possible, or if you watch my videos on a daily basis and don't have an account yet, create an account and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also that little bell that's right next to the subscribe button, click that as well. That will give you notifications when my videos are up. And if you don't receive a notification on a daily basis or a couple days here and there, that means something has gone wrong, and most likely the YouTube glitch has affected you and you're not subscribed to my channel, which is obviously a sad occurrence to see. So make sure you try your best to subscribe to the channel if you love this content and you want to see more of it. It's sad to see the mates from the family of mates just unsubscribe because of this YouTube glitch that is occurring, but we're going to try our best to keep uploading content so you guys can make sure that you subscribe to the channel, or you'll be able to see my content somewhere on your recommended section or whenever you search up Paragon. So you make sure you hit the subscribe button and pretty much keep up to date with that amazing Paragon gaming content that we do upload on this channel. Let's move on to the actual interesting part of this video, and obviously that is the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon. And this list isn't biased in any way possible because this is according to a website that showcases the win rates of each hero and how the public uses it, obviously the community of Paragon, and which ones are the best are usually on the top because the win rates are higher, and those will be the heroes that we'll be discussing within this video. The number 5 position of the top 5 overpowered heroes goes to Gadget. She has a 52.1% win rate, and this hero is obviously used in the mid lane quite a bit, as she does pack a punch, due to the fact that her kit is so versatile in nearly every situation in Paragon. She has good wave clear, good AoE damage in team fights or just in fights in general, followed up by some good team utility, which obviously gives movement speed towards her and her teammates to engage a fight or disengage a fight with ease. And she even has some type of CC within the kit that does apply a slow towards the enemies in an AoE range or AoE effect, and this is a very good way to engage fights with, or pick out enemies, or pretty much disengage as well. Overall, Gadget's kit is amazing in every single way due to the fact that she has a bit of everything within her kit, and that helps quite a bit. And now let's move on to the number 4 position of the overpowered heroes within Paragon, and that belongs to Greystone. And he's no surprise due to the fact that he's a fighter. He does quite a bit of basic attack damage, especially when it's close and personal, and he's one amazing hero in the off lane. That's where people usually play this hero, and Greystone does have the win rate of 52.6%. And one amazing feature that Greystone has is the ability to never die, due to the fact that his ultimate gives him that, and it can make him sustain quite a bit in lane. And obviously if he does activate the passive, there's a large cooldown on that passive, but your health comes back nearly to 75% or 100% in total, and that is bloody insane. And obviously that will keep you in lane to farm up more, and obviously go a little bit more aggressive when it comes to tower diving. And if you ever see Greystone in the pro scene, it's due to the fact of tower diving and his leap ability, which helps him engage and obviously disengage. So if it comes to a tower diving, Greystone will engage and obviously take the tanking damage without having to leap. He'll just walk into it, start tanking it, and start attacking the tower. If he does die, his ulti will activate, then come back to life with a healthy amount of health, and obviously be able to engage the fight after clearing the tower, or inhibitor or disengage from that fight and go back into their base, and obviously use those unspent points wisely. And having the ability or trait to gain passive tankiness on one of your abilities on your character as playing as Greystone is obviously kind of a little overpowered in my opinion, especially in the early game and mid game stages of the match, but towards the late game stages you might start to fall down due to the fact that enemy team might build some penetration cards that would straight through your armor, but because of the tanking meta that we're having at this current moment, it's going to take quite a bit to destroy Greystone. And there's a reason why he's good in the offlane, not just because of his tower diving and his engage and disengage ability, it's because of his AoE damage ability, which does quite a bit of physical damage, and if you get up close and personal with Greystone, he will most likely end up killing you in a 1v1 and destroying the minions around him and push that lane quite easily. And please don't try to play Greystone in the jungle because it doesn't work as well as he does in the off lane. And now let's move on to the number 3 position of the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon at this very moment, and that belongs to Grux, another fighter that has some heavy hitting to do against the enemy team, and he's very good within the jungle role as he's usually played there, and sometimes surprisingly is played as a support or offlaner. Grux has a 52.7% win rate at this current moment. The way Grux has been created and his kit is obviously spectacular due to the fact that he has so much CC, is able to apply bleed effects or bleed attacks on enemies, and has a dash ability, and these all work well to make him a great jungler. The CC component within this actual character's kit is a pull-in and obviously a stun, which can be great to use against enemy heroes that do have channeling abilities or channeling ultimates, like Gideon with his Black Hole ability. You're able to cancel Gideon's ability within your pull ability or even your ultimate, which is obviously the stun ability, and you'll be able to wreck him quite easily because Gideon won't be able to do any damage after that, because his main source of damage and CC is obviously from his actual ultimate Gideon, and if you destroy that within your stun, you pretty much make the enemy hero Gideon useless in the fight. And also another component of his ultimate is the bleed effect or bleed ability to pretty much apply on enemies, and this works by just hitting them with your basic attacks or anything else that does apply damage to the enemy hero. You can use this character in many ways, but it's so effective against the enemy hero Rampage due to the fact that he has health regen. So any hero that does have health regen abilities or cards that provide health regen, you'll be able to counter them with Grux due to that bleed effect, because bleed pretty much prevents health regen from ever occurring. And that obviously is one huge benefit within Grux's kit. Also has a dash within his kit he can use to engage or disengage within fights quite easily, followed up by his ability which gives him cleave damage, which is a form of AoE damage in a cone shape, which works out pretty well for wave clearing and obviously clearing minions within the jungle camps of Agora. And Grux does have a huge ability to verse one hero one-on-one or even multiple heroes at once by himself. Enough about Grux, and let's move on to the second position of the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon at this very moment, and that belongs to Rampage. He is a tank, one of the first tank heroes within this list due to the fact that he has so much health regen, and that's why we saw Grux at number 3 position. It is pretty much the counter Rampage, because Rampage is obviously a very effective hero within the universe of Agora, and Rampage is usually played within the jungle role, and he does have a amazing win rate of 53.2%. He has a leap ability within his kit which is very good for initiation and disengage, then pretty much has the ability that chucks a rock at your face that stuns you. That sounds bloody amazing, and obviously it is. It's a skill shot that's a long range stun if he lands the boulder on you, and that is very good because it lasts for like 2 seconds of stun, and your enemies won't be able to run away from that majority of the time, so your team can clean them up, or if you need to disengage with that, you can use it to stop an enemy from chasing you guys, and you'll be able to disengage quite easily. And one of his abilities within his kit is a passive ability that gives him health regen. Naturally, it's a low amount, but if you're in the jungle, it's pretty high up, and that's why you play this hero within the jungle role. And his ultimate makes all those abilities that we just mentioned literally 5 times better, and that's obviously a very good thing to have on this hero. Pretty much your health regen goes crazy and you gain so much health if you do activate your ultimate, and the only way that it can be prevented is obviously if someone's playing Grux or applying bleed on you while you activate your ultimate. And the boulder that you can chuck it super fast to hit enemies pretty much with lightning fast speed, and it's just so good for that one reason. And obviously his leap ability becomes like a jump across the map ability. It's bloody amazing. So pretty much if your ultimate is always there and always ready, you'll be able to escape anything or engage anything that you want and pretty much survive every fight, usually because of his ultimate being so great, unless the enemy team is preventing that with some type of way or quite a bit of burst damage. And now the number 1 position, the one we've been waiting for this whole time. Which hero is number 1 out of the top 5 overpowered heroes within Paragon at this current moment, and that does belong to no other Iggy and Scorch, the caster that belongs in the mid lane, the off lane, and anything else that you pull him off in, you will most likely play this hero because he's pretty much overpowered as hell because his kit provides so much while also seeming like it's so little, and sometimes if you've never versed Iggy and Scorch before, he will give you the element of surprise guaranteed. Iggy and Scorch does currently have a 53.2% win rate, which is very great to see. Iggy and Scorch can control the lane quite easily wherever he is in the mid lane or off lane, but pretty much controls half the side of the map as well due to the fact that those flame turrets that he has are quite overpowered, due to the fact that he has good wave clear, insane wave clear to be honest, and obviously he's able to control enemy routes and stop them from engaging or disengaging from a fight because of that flame turret, range and AoE damage. He has an engage and disengage ability which pretty much gives him movement speed, and obviously you can use that in many scenarios, followed by this ability which pretty much leaves oil drop or oil blob, and pretty much you're able to ignite that and obviously set fire damage or dot damage towards your enemies. Many of your abilities will apply oil and the other abilities will apply fire. You combine those two, you get dot damage, and obviously it's a very interesting mechanic to use on this hero because he's the only hero in this game that has dot damage that I know of, except for maybe Gideon with his alternate ability, which is obviously applying slow and somewhat of connection that applies dot damage, and there's some of the other heroes here and there, but Iggy and Scorch is one of those heroes that shines bright with dot damage guaranteed. Then we have Iggy and Scorch's ultimate, which obviously does provide burst damage and also a CC ability, which is a knockback ability within the ability within a certain duration of 2.5 seconds. Then the knockback ability will kick in of this ability. If that makes any sense. Pretty much if you see Scorch open his mouth wide open and start breathing out fire, you most likely want to run away as quick as possible. Overall, Iggy and Scorch is a wonderful hero to use, but if you're versing him, it could be a very terrible day for you. And that completes our top 5 overpowered heroes in Paragon at this current moment. A quick overview of the list. At number 5 was Gadget. Number 4 was Greystone. Number 3 was Grux. Number 2 was Rampage. And obviously at number 1 was Iggy and Scorch. But mates, before we end off this video, make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, telling me if this video was great for you and helped you out, or if not. And obviously if this list of heroes is something that you're going to take into account when you play another match on Paragon, and most likely will end up playing these heroes or not. Leave your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. So mates, if you enjoyed this video, show us by smashing that like button. Let's try and get 125 likes on this video. And if you make sure to see more Paragon gaming content and Paragon gaming news on my channel, all you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that is all for this video. Oh, time to go, but don't you worry, we'll be back very soon. Hang tight boys, because you ain't seen nothing yet. And mates, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you share this with your friends and spread it around, because the word of mouth is great, and if they know what heroes to play in Paragon, obviously you're going to have a fun time because the win rates will be flying through the roof.
And that it feels right.